Hey guys, welcome to another NFL predictions video. So today we are gonna finish up with the AFC West. The freaking first game is at the Broncos. And you guys are probably gonna say that this is a bad prediction right here. And I'm also going to talk about how the Chargers and Broncos are both newer teams because, one, they both have inexperienced coaches. Maybe one experienced. But basically, to determine who will be better, we just have to look at who's got better receivers and who has better players is basically what we're going to look at. Who are the freaking weapons of every team. And the Chargers, I would say yes, have better weapons. After the Broncos have done good for many, many years. They've been good for the past 5 seasons. So I think it's about time they start, realizing the NFL is now tough. Because they always had it handed to them when they had Peyton Manning. But now it would actually be great to see someone kick Denver's ass. So I'm going to go with San Diego in this first game. Most of you are going to be asking, Ethan, you fucking high? And I'm going to say no. Because, like I just said, the Chargers have more experience with not just freaking the coach. The coaches have no experience, both of them. But I think the Chargers have better weapons, really, like freaking Antonio Gates, Phillip Rivers. Dude, they have a good running back, too. I'd like to say his name is like Danny Woodhead. Yeah, I think he's Danny Woodhead. He played for I know they have Danny Woodhead who used to play for the Patriots. But there you go. That's the first win. They won at Denver for the first time since like 2013. And that'll be a win, guys, there at Denver. 0-1. And then, 0-1. No, they win, and then they'll lose to the Dolphins. So they'll be 1-1. Because they're gonna lose to the Broncos, and then they're gonna beat the Broncos, and then you guys think I'm high or something right now, don't you? And I kind of agree with you guys right now. Because I cannot say it. They aren't going to lose to the Broncos. They're going to beat the Broncos and lose to the Dolphins. And then to the Chiefs. And then to the Eagles. Well, no, actually, they're going to beat the Eagles. They're going to beat the Eagles. They'll go 2-2. Then they'll lose to the Giants, lose to the Raiders, lose to the Broncos, and lose to the Patriots. So all of a sudden, they just flip from being like this 2-2 team that's not overall too bad. Because I really think these first 4 games will be actually quite close games. And then from week 5 and on, they really won't be as good. So they lose 4 straight games because 3 of them are on the road. 3 of 4 from week 5 to 8 are all on. 3 out of 4 are on the road. And then while back to back, freaking road, they even have to go on the road to the other side of the country. Like, they'll probably stay in New England, but they have to stay on the opposite side of the country for their bye week, because the following week they have to head down south to go play the Jaguars. Where I think that they might win, I'm going to go with the Chargers just because, like, the Chargers are known to do pretty good in some games and suck. I think it's one of those games where they do good. So that's 3-6, 4-6, 4-7. They'll beat the Browns this year because they only lost last year because it was on the road. But I think they will beat the Browns this year, and they will beat the Redskins. However, they'll lose to the Chiefs and the Jets. But I think they might beat the Raiders. I don't know. But the Chargers are looking at 6-10, 7-9, just like last year. They're looking at a similar record to last year. But, like, they just have a bounce back. They bounce back from 2-6. I don't even know if they'll beat the Jaguars, to be honest. So that they might even be looking at as bad as 4-12. So, just to let you guys know, last year the Chargers were last because that's who we're doing first. We're going from last to first. You guys are probably looking at the top. Why are the Raiders in front of the Chiefs? Well, I think it was very, very messed up how it was last year. That the Chiefs won the freaking division all because of it. You guys are probably going to say, Ethan, you're biased here for the Raiders, but I'm not. I kind of am for the order I put it in, but I'm not. So most of you Chargers and Broncos fans are not going to be happy about this video. So, all of you Broncos and Chargers fans, you might not want to watch this video right now because both of your hearts may be broken, you Broncos and Chargers fans. But hey, I mean, you both had pretty dominant times within the past half-decade or so. So, no right to complain there. At Denver, like I said, the Chargers are going to beat Denver there for the first time since, like, 2013. Denver, they're going to get their asses whooped by Dallas. Yes, it's a home game. But who the frick? Who's leading them? And look at how good Dallas was last year. They won one of the best offenses. And they have a better offense than Denver. Yes, Denver does have that great defense, but their offense is not going to stand up with Dallas. Like, just face it, Dallas is an overall good team. So, Dallas has got the win at Denver. Denver at Buffalo. That one's kind of hard to say, but I'm going to go with Buffalo, guys. That's 0-3. That's probably the worst Denver has started out in like 10 years. This is probably maybe at the smallest, maybe at the most, it's only been 2 times within the. I don't remember the last time Denver started 0-3, but I remember it was some time before. I don't think any time during this decade they've had an 0-3 record. I believe from 2010 to 2017, they have always been they've been 0-3 before, but it's probably been about a good 10 years since they've been 0-3. And then Oakland at Denver, that might be a win. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. But the Raiders last year were pretty good to start off the year. They only lost 2 games. They didn't lose their 3rd game until about week 13, 14, guys. They only lost 2 games all the way up until week 14. So the Raiders do pretty good early on. So I think I'll go Oakland there, guys. Just because Denver, even Denver's home games, they have to play tough teams. And then the Giants at Denver. Now, I think Denver could also come up. There's already 2 possibilities for Denver to come out. I mean, they could be 2-3 right now, but personally, I'm going to say the Raiders and the Giants come out with a win. So like I said, Peyton Manning's little brother is still playing for the Giants, but he ain't playing for the Broncos no more. So I guess, since this is the first time the Giants and Broncos have played in a while, I guess I'll go Giants. Because get revenge on that one freaking Super Bowl. I know they played each other in a Super Bowl. It's just been a while, since probably the 80s or 90s. Denver at the Chargers. Now, regardless on if they're 2-4 they're 2-3 at this time or not. But I think they're still gonna come away with a win against Los Angeles on the road, whether or not it's their first win or their 3rd. I think they're still gonna win. So there's 1-5 for you guys. Go to Kansas City, loss. At Philadelphia, loss. 1-7. 1-8. They're not gonna beat New England, face it. Now they can beat Cincinnati. Cincinnati, face it, just not that good. Denver has the advantage there. Even if they're 1-9. Crap. I just say frickin' Denver for that one. Denver at Oakland. That's a loss, too. Now, it's been a while since they played at Oakland late in the season. It's probably been a few years since that as well. So, usually they play early. They played earlier in the past few years. But I'm going to go Oakland, guys. You guys are probably thinking 2-10. Is this guy high as shit? Maybe I am. At Miami. This is Miami win, guys. I believe I said... Now I'm going to correct this, guys, but I think Miami's going to get a win against Denver this year, honestly. I think that's an upset win. So that's 2-11, guys. 2-11. Freaking 3-11. 3-12. Okay, guys, they might be Kansas City. Probably not. So you guys are probably going to be amazed when I say this. But Denver is looking at a 3-13. Now I've already looked at their schedule a little bit, and I've already agreed to say that they're either looking at a 3-13 record or they're looking at a 5-11 record. Now come on, that's like Browns' record. The Broncos and Browns will actually be equal for once. Now, as we enter the second part of this episode, now this part of the video, if you guys are Chiefs and Raiders fans, you guys will, like me, I'm a Raiders fan, you guys will actually be quite satisfied going into the 12-minute mark of this video. So, now we're going to check out the Chiefs schedule. I've checked out all their schedules as of yesterday. And I kind of already had their record set, too. I'm just re-looking at the schedule to maybe talk about some things and give some intel on why. So, we got Kansas City at New England. Of course, I've already mentioned in the AFC East schedule, the AFC East schedules for the Patriots, Dolphins, Jets, and Bills. I already said New England's going to darn win this game because they don't lose at home hardly, especially against Kansas. Now, Kansas City could give them an upset, but New England never usually loses their season opener, so I'm going to go New England. Yeah, they lost early in the season to Kansas City, but where was it at? Arrowhead Stadium. You see, Kansas City hasn't gotten them at home for 3 years now. So, the next time they play New England, which will probably be in another 3 years, it should be at home. Unless it's in the playoffs, it will most likely be at New England. Then Philadelphia. And now Kansas City and Philadelphia are linked through Andy Reid, because Andy Reid used to coach the Eagles. You guys know that already. I know you do. And then Kansas City is currently coached by Andy Reid. It's at Kansas City. And also how they link, they both had Nick Foles too. I already mentioned this, but Philadelphia has been drained, and literally most of their players, most of their good staff they had are now on the Chiefs. And that was all because they gave them away too. So that's what you get, Eagles. Chiefs are going to win that. Chiefs ain't going to have no losing streak this year. At the Chargers now, I think that's going to be a tough one. I think I'll just go Kansas City for that one, because safe to say Kansas City's pretty good this year. I mean, Chargers usually get their upsets pretty early in the year, but I'm just going to go Kansas City because of that humongous comeback at home last year. So, just to give them a little bit of revenge for that, maybe Kansas City might go up really high and not allow freaking Los Angeles to come back. So I think I'll go 2-1 for that one. 3-1. However, they'll lose to Houston because they can't beat Houston at home at Houston for some reason. They've only done it one time during the whole entire time I've watched freaking NFL football, which was from 2011, 2012 to now. So I've watched NFL. This is probably my 5th season watching NFL. And I've seen some pretty bad teams go to good. So Pittsburgh at Kansas City. I don't care what you say. If Landry Jones ain't that quarterback, I'm gonna go with Pittsburgh. So yeah, there you go. 3-3, guys. They lost 2 straight right there. They might start a losing streak, and yes, they are starting a losing streak. They just lost 3 in a row because they're going to lose to Oakland for the first time since like 2014. They're going to lose to Oakland. Wow, after being disappointed for 2 straight years losing to Kansas City. And as we start to get good, we even can't beat Kansas City for some reason. But when we suck, we can. But this will be the first time since 2014 that we can beat Kansas City. So that's 3-4. That'll be 4-4. You snap a 3-game losing streak there. 5-4. Now you guys are probably thinking, you high? Yes, I'm probably high, but I don't know for sure. But if I believe I said Kansas City during the I believe I said Kansas City not last year. In the NFC East predictions, when I predicted Dallas' schedule, I believe I said Kansas City. That's why I'm saying that. Plus, Kansas City did upset the Falcons on the road, and they were in the Super Bowl too. That's what's funny. They beat the NFC champions before they became NFC champions on the road. So Kansas City's amazing. So I'll go KC here just to keep them good. And KC at New York. That's a tough one. I believe I said New York the first time. So I think I'll go New York for that one. But Buffalo at Kansas City. Oh crap. However, though, the Jets will return a favor. They get a home game against Kansas City. Yes, the Jets are terrible, but they're going to beat Kansas City. I think they improve a little bit from last year because, kind of had a way worse season than everyone else predicted. But hey, maybe the Jets might come back from that. So I'll go 6-6 there. They'll beat Oakland and they'll beat Los Angeles. So that's 8-6. They'll beat Miami and they'll probably beat Denver. So that game that game you saw there, guys, they lost to Kansas City. The only other teams that I said Denver wouldn't beat, that they could actually defeat, is of course Oakland at home and the Giants at home, which I believe they'll probably lose both. But you guys are seeing at the Broncos' best a 5-11 record. That's our worst, probably 3-13, maybe even 2-14 if they suck that badly. But I doubt it. That's like San Francisco last year. But the Broncos over the couple of years, and they even had a horrible quarterback situation last year, and they still managed to have a winning record. So after 5 seasons, I'm glad to finally be able to predict the Broncos to have a freaking bad record. So now finally, we look at this is the final team for NFL predictions, and personally, we saved the best for last. The good old Oakland Raiders, people, who will be in Las Vegas. Now, I could say Tennessee right here, but do I want to say Tennessee? No. Well, actually, no. No, I think I'll go Tennessee for an upset. I believe I said Oakland, but I think Tennessee will win this just because it's early in the season. And Raiders win games early, but I think, the season I'm going to go, the way it was in 2015, when they played Cincinnati and just got destroyed. But Tennessee won't rout them. I think Tennessee will win 34-24, something like that. But I'll give Tennessee a win there just because it's there. But Oakland's going to win these next freaking 4 games. What, they're 4-1 right now? 5-1? 6-1? I'm just scrolling down, guys. Now, I don't know if they'll win at Buffalo. How many freaking they had 3 straight home games. And they're going to win all of them. Now, I don't know if they'll beat Buffalo. They have a shot. I think I'll go either Buffalo or Miami. Just because it's a late game. Just because the Raiders are having a late game at Miami. I think the Raiders are going to win that. Because the Raiders are freaking Dark Knights, people. Raiders are Dark Knights. And we're going to win in the night sky. So at Buffalo, I believe I'll call Buffalo this year. Buffalo, you beat us for the first time in 5 years or so? Maybe 10, I don't know. It's been a while since Buffalo's beaten us, but I'll go Buffalo. And we'll beat Miami. So we're 7-2 people. We're 8-2 people. We're 9-2. We're 10-2. We're 10-3. Wow, this is actually kind of how it went last year. We were 10-3 at one point. And the thing is, I believe this is the same week that we also had to go to Kansas City last year. Oh, it's not Thursday night football, though. It's at 1 p.m., so it's almost like playing a freaking 11 o'clock game in the morning here where I'm at on the east side. Not the East Coast, but the east side. I live in Ohio, so you guys are probably thinking, freaking bandwagoner. No, I just like the Raiders because of, like, the look at their badass freaking crowd, and look at that logo. I mean, you would almost hate to not be a Raiders fan. There's so much things perfect about this team and its location. So, I mean, no, I don't want to watch that. Well, I'm probably going to watch it if it's on, but I'm not going to watch it now. But anyway, I'm giving the Raiders a win for that. So, they got it locked under freaking Dallas there. So, that's 11-3, people. That's 11-3. We'll go on the road and beat Philadelphia. I don't know about Los Angeles. Maybe they might upset us just like... You know what? I'm going to give Oakland the win there. You know what? Yeah, there you go, guys. Saw it. Oakland's 13-3. And I guess you can say the Chargers are going to be 6-10. I don't know. Like 6-10, 5-11. So, here's how it's going to go. And by the way, the Chargers are going to get the tiebreaker over the Broncos if they both tie at 5-11. So here's how I have it. First in the division, the Oakland Raiders at 13-3. I have the Chiefs at 10-6 as second place and maybe getting a wild card. The Chargers at third place at probably 6-10. And then Denver will be somewhere between, I'll probably say they're 3-13, just like the Raiders were a few years ago. But that will do it, guys, for NFL predictions this year. We're going to be doing the playoff predictions in probably a week's time, 2 weeks maybe. But I'm probably going to be practicing early just to be ready for a video, guys. I have to go to the restroom really bad. I've been standing up and recording for like 23 minutes, 25 minutes, I don't know. It says 22:51, so that'll do for this one, guys. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.
Mounts have really changed the situation here.
Intercepted! Back for the touchdown!
Here he comes on the outside. Sees the screen, pulls off. Trying to throw it to Fozzie Whitaker.
At fullback. Play action. Carr on the move. Tosses it, and it's caught by Donald Penn, the former Buccaneer. His fourth career touchdown reception, and that feels extra special for the man who was cut by Tampa Bay. Roberts, he's got it. It's still on his feet. Roberts, ball game. Raiders win.
Jalen Richard. He's loose. Jalen Richard. It's going to be a touchdown, Raiders. 75 yards.
In the middle of your screen by the center, Rodney Hudson. And then right here, three guys. He's threw him in a heartbeat. Next thing you know, he's hitting his head on the goalpost.
An unbelievable run. Carr. End zone catch. Yes, Amari Cooper converts. Catch made. Seth Roberts spinning into the end zone. Touchdown, Raiders. Giving up the extra point tie. Going for two. Carr for Crabtree. He has it. He held on to it.
Second down and 10.
Pressure's coming. Carr lets it fly. He's got a man wide open. It's Amari Cooper into the open field. Touchdown Raiders.
Pain so far.
As Carr goes to the end zone, and
It is caught for the touchdown. Wolford comes down with it.
Watch 88. 56 in the middle of your screen. Little back shoulder throw. Of course, they're going to go for 2. Down 2.2.
Look at this.
Wow, what a catch.
Rolling out. To tie the game at 32.
Carr open. Oh, he's got Wolford. That is a touchdown. Make it Trufant, who got beat.
3rd down and goal. Give it to him, and he does not get in. Yes, he does. Take a look again. Obviously, all scoring plays are reviewed.
He did.
And Alex hangs out. Throws over the middle. It's picked off at the 32-yard line. And this is Carey running it back to the 16-yard line to a field goal. And now from the 24-yard line. Look out from behind. The ball comes loose. It's taken by Khalil Mack. It's on the ground at the 18-yard line.